Am I quitting Pokemon after nearly a decade of creating content? Well, the answer is no, but it comes with some caveats, so let's talk about it. For those who don't know, I've been creating Pokemon content for a pretty long time. I started doing shiny hunting back in 2013 and 14 with Pokemon X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. And we found a lot of success on Twitch doing just that, and then we kind of took that content and brought it over to YouTube and became kind of one of the most widely recognized shiny hunters in the community, which was really awesome. And then we branched off into Let's Plays and competitive battling content and draft leagues and much more, and then kind of turned to news and leaks and rumors and updates while still doing awesome Let's Plays in between and kind of creating a multitude of different Pokemon content, from Unite to Snap to the main series games to pack openings and vintage box breaks and pretty much everything you can imagine in the Pokemon universe. And it's been an incredible journey up to this point, and I'm really so thankful for you guys and all the support you've given to the channel and to me over all of these years. And last summer we hit 1 million subscribers on the channel, which was a huge milestone for me. But I think it's finally time that I give you guys that update video that you desperately, well, I wouldn't say you desperately have been asking for, but a lot of people have been asking for. And I feel that it's time to kind of tell you guys where things are at. So I hope you'll give me a few minutes of your day so I can kind of give you the rundown on what's going on, and kind of give you just my honest, kind of broken down thoughts of everything that's happening in my personal life and with this channel and everything in between. So I recently have come across a handful of comments, and this is kind of what sparked ultimately making this video, although I was thinking about doing it anyway. And they're comments like, "He really fell off," or "How does it feel seeing you killed your channel? This is a dead channel, so he's not the Shiny King anymore." And normally I don't pay too much mind to these sorts of negative comments, but I felt that it definitely shows that there's a large portion of you guys who are a little bit confused about the content that I've been creating as of late and kind of what the future holds for the channel. So I don't do these update videos often, but I think that now is a really good time. So before I kind of dive into all that, I just want to say thank you, for real. Like, it has been an incredible journey over these years, and I'm really stoked to be where I'm at. And I think it's important to understand that when I started content creation and I began doing this as a job, it really is a rat race, right? Like, you're constantly put up against other content creators, whether you want to be in that mindset or not. You're constantly facing down your viewership and your monetization and your sponsorships and all of these different pieces, your subscriptions, whatever it is, right? Like, whether or not that's what you're wanting when you're creating content full time, you can't help but have that be a part of the process, right? And it got to me to be the point where my self-worth, a lot of my self-worth and a lot of my own personal mood and emotions and feelings were tied so heavily to some of these metrics, which is a very unhealthy situation, as I'm sure you can imagine. And I know that I'm not the only creator who's kind of gone through this. It can be really challenging to kind of navigate this space and not get kind of caught up in those numbers and stuff. But I can say now, you know, I'm in a really happy place, man. I'm really stoked about where I'm at. I'm not chasing a viewer number. I'm not chasing a sub number. I'm not chasing a certain amount of uploads a week or month or any of that stuff. Like, I'm just doing what I feel like doing on that given day, and it's really fulfilling. And I'll obviously talk about Elestrals at the end of the video because that's a huge part of it. But basically, kind of where all this started was last year on January 1st, I had no plans to change my career path, but I knew that the 1 million subscribers wasn't in sight, and I knew that for me, I needed a new challenge because I have been doing content creation in Pokemon for a really long time, and it didn't really feel like a challenge anymore for me. With no disrespect to anybody, it's just I'm someone who wants to personally grow and challenge myself from a business perspective, and I wasn't getting the fulfillment I was looking for personally. And also in my you know, my personal life, some things were changing, you know. So I kind of wanted to figure out what was next for me. So I decided to create Elestrals, and obviously, you know, we did really well with Elestrals Kickstarter and things like that, and that has taken up a tremendous amount of my time, but I really enjoy doing that. And it's not so much that I don't enjoy doing content for Pokemon anymore, but I just really enjoy doing content for Elestrals and creating that game. So that's been a huge part of everything for me. But when all was said and done, I knew I was going to get to the 1 million subscribers, which we may lose it. I don't know. You know, things have been kind of on a little bit of a slope downwards here. But I knew that that was like the last thing that I was hoping to do for content creation in the space of Pokemon. And what's funny is the million subscriber plaque, it's actually still sitting in the box. Like, I opened it and I did a reveal, but I never hung it or anything. I don't know why. I just feel like I kind of just was ready to do the next thing for myself, and that was working on Elestrals, which again has brought me so much great like happiness and fulfillment. But for those who don't know, I have 2 kids. I have a daughter who's 4 and a son who's 7 months old. And I feel that my son coming into the world has really shaped my perspective on a lot of things. I'm at a point now where I'm happy with the life that I live. I'm happy with the work that I'm creating and the game that I'm working on. I'm happy with the time that I'm spending with my family. If you didn't know, up until pretty recently, I was working 60, 70, 80-hour weeks, pretty much nonstop for like 7 years. I just got back from Disney with my family, and it was like the first trip I've taken in my content career where I didn't bring recording equipment. Like, I just went on the trip and I worked like less than 10 minutes a day. And it was really nice to actually go on a vacation with my family and not stress about my latest upload or the viewership or any of those different things. It was just nice to just be in the moment. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm just really trying to be in the moment and recognize that my son's only gonna be 7 months old for another couple weeks, right? Like, my daughter is gonna be 5 soon, and like, these years are kind of magical. There's a level of wonder and kind of fantasy and imagination that comes with children at this age, and it's something that I truly don't want to miss. I don't want to miss it, not for anything. I have my whole career ahead of me to create content or make videos on Pokemon or whatever. I've got hopefully many years left, but this period in my kid's life is something that I have learned and recognized that I cannot miss. I need to be present, and I need to be there. And by developing Elestrals, I have more time because I can do that a lot on my phone. I can do it a lot like in between things. It's not like I'm streaming for 5, 6, 7 hours in a row. It's just a different vibe. Like, my day is very different. I still work a lot, but it's very different. So let me kind of talk a little bit about the content itself. I've kind of rambled a little bit, but I'm just gonna make this video whatever it is. So obviously Pokemon Day is coming in a week. I am gonna continue to cover Pokemon content for the foreseeable future. We're gonna be covering Pokemon Day. I'm gonna continue to cover news and leaks and rumors and that kind of stuff. Honestly, I enjoy covering those types of videos, and they're very easy for me to make, if I'm being completely transparent with you guys. They don't take a tremendous amount of time. I'm not in a position right now where I want to spend 5, 10 hours on a video. I just don't want to do that. I'll spend 5 or 10 hours testing my game. I don't want to spend 5 or 10 hours making one video. Which there are creators out there who are going to do that, but that's just not where I'm at. That's just not my interest right now. So I will continue to make rumors, news, things like that. And we actually are going to be releasing a new Let's Play. A lot of people have been asking for a new Let's Play. I probably wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for the fact that we've been working on this for a year. So I'm not gonna let this thing slip, but basically the team that made Shining Sword, we're creating a new Let's Play in a different game. It's a completely new experience. I was very hands-off in this development, so I actually have not really followed a ton of it, but I know that it's gonna be insane. That I do know. So kind of think of this as like an extreme randomizer, that kind of thing, but really attention to detail on the specifics. There's a new story, there's a new plot, there's a lot of things that are custom in this, and that'll be launching, I believe, early March. The team just finished the development, so they're going through and testing right now. So they're just gonna run through the game a few times, make sure there's no issues before I get the copy, and then I'm gonna dive into that. So that'll be a Let's Play here on the channel. I think it's gonna be hype. I'm actually really looking forward to it, and I think if that Let's Play does well and it gives me the fulfillment that I'm hoping for out of, you know, Pokemon content creation, then I can see us going into some fan-made games again, doing more Let's Plays. There's been a few that have caught my attention that I've wanted to do, but I've been kind of pressed on time is really the biggest thing, because Elestrals does take up a tremendous amount of time. In terms of other content to expect, I'm going to be continuing doing Pixelmon. I actually really like Pixelmon. It's super relaxing for me. It's something that I look forward to. I hop on, I play a couple hours a week, and I just kind of bop around in the world and find Pixelmon and find shinies and do the gyms and whatever else. I do think I'm gonna go into a single player SMP type of experience, which is contradictory, but I want to get some friends, some content creator friends, and try to get on a server and play together, and then slowly invite people in the community to join us. That's what I'm envisioning. I think I'll have actually even more fun doing that, so I'm hoping to do that. Like, we have the server set up, I just don't have anyone to play with yet, so I have to see if anyone still is, you know, wants to hang out with me online and play games. So I'm working on that, so that'll be probably that. And then in terms of like live stream content, don't expect any live streams from me here on YouTube, but I will be kind of casually streaming on Twitch whenever I feel like doing so. I would expect to see maybe 1-2 streams a week, something like that. But obviously this is such a radical change from what it once was, right? Like, I used to stream 7 days a week, upload 2 videos a day. Like, this is obviously a drastic change for me. And I just want you guys to know that, like, I'm really happy. Like, I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. And a lot of it does come down to being able to spend more time with my family and prioritizing that aspect of my life. But it also comes from my professional life and the development of Elestrals. And for those who have been following, you know that we obviously created the card game Elestrals. I'm really proud of it. We launched on Kickstarter. We raised about $1.5 million, which is great. I'm not taking any of that money for myself, though. I've been very open about the fact that all of that is getting invested back into the game. I'm just trying to make this something awesome, and I just want to say thank you to you guys, because all of your support over the last couple years puts me in a situation where I could say, you know what, I can essentially pause in a way, like, maybe not pause, but slow down my content career in the Pokemon space to focus on my own kind of new dream, I guess, and kind of build that and be able to do that, you know, kind of like, I'm not paying myself to do Elestrals, right? Like, a lot of companies, they'll pay themselves a salary out of the revenue. I'm not doing that. I'm basically funding my, you know, my, like, paying for my bills and stuff with my aDrive content still. So I'm still gonna do that. I'm still gonna create content. I'm gonna be focusing on Elestrals a lot though. So Kickstarter fulfillment is gonna be this summer. We're launching set 2 this year. We've got a ton of stuff. I do updates every day on Elestrals. So if you wanna check out my project, maybe card games aren't your thing, but we're working on video games too. You can see we're doing 3D models. I mean, we're doing so much stuff. It's been absolutely incredible. I encourage you to follow us on a journey because it's something really special, and I'm just really excited about it. So yeah, I wanted to give you guys this update. I know, like I said, the channel is not what it was, and I see the comments of people saying, where's the Let's Plays, where's the Draft League, where's all this stuff, like, and I get it, right? You grew accustomed to seeing that kind of stuff from me over the years, but I would just say that I think it's important to recognize that we all grow, we all change. I'm not saying I'm done by any means. I plan to continue to create Pokemon content for the foreseeable future. I still enjoy doing it, but it's going to be in the capacity that I've kind of outlined in this video. We're gonna kind of dabble a little bit, not really putting the pressure on myself to create full videos every single day or even every single week. It's just gonna be when I feel inspired or there's something to cover or news or whatever it may be. That's gonna be what it's gonna be, and I hope that resonates with you and you can appreciate that and just kind of take whatever I give at this point. And hopefully you'll ride the ride with me, because it's been a fun ride, man. It really has been. But this chapter of my life, it really needs to be about family, and it needs to be about following my passions and building something that I'm really proud of. And I love Pokemon, man. It'll always be something so special to me, but it's time for me to do my own thing. So I'm gonna be continuing to build towards that and try to make something great. So thank you so much for listening to me kind of ramble here a little bit over the last 15 minutes or so. I wanted to kind of get this out in the open and kind of give you guys the update that I know a lot of you guys were looking for, and I just want to say thank you again for everything you've done to support me. Again, if it wasn't for you guys over the years, I wouldn't be able to do what I did. Like, I basically, you know, took a huge pause, like a sabbatical almost, from Pokemon content creation in a way to create Elestrals. So just thank you guys for letting me do that, and thanks to everybody who's been supporting it. It's been really wild and fun, and I just can't wait to do more. It brings me so much joy. And I think the last thing I'll say on this is, for the content creators out there who are looking to do this, I think there's something to be said about the grind and the hustle culture and the work culture, which is something that I have preached for so long. But I can tell you that as I've gotten older, there's more to life. And I'm still a workaholic, and I'm still gonna work probably until the day I die. But there's other things in life that can give fulfillment, and I think it's important to identify those as well. I, for a long time, was too much work and not enough anything else, and it's nice to find a little bit more balance, that's for sure. Thanks for watching, guys. Love you.